Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason.
Good morning, Jamaica. Good morning, everyone. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. Are you hearing me clearly? Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. Wherever you're listening and watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean, it's a wet day across the length and breadth of Jamaica. As the Hurricane Center in Miami is reporting, this is one of the strongest hurricanes in history. And it has not made landfall as yet in Jamaica. And we must continue praying for our country and our countrymen and women. For those who are just joining us, thank you all very much. I know there's a lot of other programs on, but we decided to come on this morning also because this morning, let me put up this up here that you can see what is going on behind me with the other here we go. Yes, this is what I need to show you. What's going on behind me here? Let's do this here. That's the camera shot of all over Jamaica. Not really all over Jamaica, but some parts that we can get the camera shots that we're showing to you this morning. The flat bridge in the Bagwalk Gorge. The flat bridge look impassable to me. It hasn't come out publicly as yet. The government has not said anything about it as yet, but looking at the rising water on the Bagwalk Gorge where flat bridge is, I would say that it's impassable. But we have to wait until they give that before I come out and say that. But I just said it anyhow. Ladies and gentlemen, people, some things going around from last night into this morning. It does not look good for us as all of this continue. Let me get the some video footage and show you what is going on. I think there's going to be a press conference sometime this morning once more. We're going to bring that press conference to you. As soon as we can get it, we're going to bring that press conference to you. For those who are just joining us, you're seeing on your screen there. Okay, there is a video that I want to show you of one of Jamaica's finest politicians of all time. He's on the road. Lord, I wish I could get him to come on my program, but he's busy. Let me see if I can get this thing up here. And okay, I have to take this down. He is out with his people. Let me take this thing from here for a bit. And then let me go into this and show you none other than one of Jamaica's esteemed politician of all time. Well, attorney at law, no politician. This is Isaac Buchanan on the streets of Portland.
We out here in the middle of the night doing the work. You see it?
There he is.
We out here in the middle of the night.
There he is. Isaac Buchanan out in the road.
We out here in the middle of the night.
Okay, what I want you to do for me, let me do this here for a bit here.
We out here in the middle of the night.
For those who live in St. Elizabeth, can you give me a call? If your phone is up, give me a call. But via WhatsApp 9545298030 and tell me what's going on in St. Elizabeth, because I was trying to get some people down there, but they're saying to me, Mr. Tavares, I can't talk right now because it's raining and they're trying to put something at the door. So they couldn't talk to me. So those who are online with me now, call me. Let me hear what's going on in the neck of the wood in St. Elizabeth. 9545298030. That's the number to call for the program here. But I'm still going to show you some videos that I have coming in to me. Heavy rain.
Why these people are not saying it has made.
Okay, hold on there. Sorry. Monitoring all the news organization in Jamaica that we can bring it over to our channel here. That was Isaac Buchanan there a short while ago showing you. He's up and down with his people. When you're in your house, he's out there. Let me go to this here now. Let me go to this. Just a moment here. Take out back Isaac. Listen, there is so many things right now that this hurricane, let me get a weather report for you and show you what's going on. Let me go over to this here and show you what the weatherman is saying. The next advisory will be at 11 o'clock this morning, 11 o'clock US time, that's 10 o'clock Jamaica time. The next advisory, hey, watching it from New York. Hi, New York. Good morning. Welcome to the Mek Wi Talk program. Like, share, and subscribe for those who are just coming on. For those who are just coming on, like, share, and subscribe to the Mek Wi Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Okay, let me get this. I want to show you this,
From
this update here.
It is Tuesday.
Okay. Just a moment here, please. Let me show you this latest video. I don't want to take off certain things off the channel platform here because we have to go back to them. And I'm getting to understand that the United Nations, what I'm hearing, the United Nations is about to assist Jamaica in whatever way they can. So hopefully that will be the case. All right, let me show you this now. The latest video, the latest advisory, the latest everything about this hurricane here. Let me take off, go back to here, and then do this, that you see what's going on. Good morning, Miss Williams. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. Thank you very much. I haven't even had my coffee as yet. Okay, here we go.
In a system like that. That's why I mentioned the tips now.
I know some of you may already see this, but I'm just going to show it again for those who may not have seen it, but listen to what is going on.
It is Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Hurricane Melissa has not gotten weaker. It's gotten a little bit stronger. It is moving right into Jamaica, as we have been talking about. It is moving right in. Conditions are going downhill. Now, if you can hear me in these parishes still at this point, and you're getting the word out, Hanover, Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney, St. Anne, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, these parishes, again, everything you can do to protect yourself at this point. Most likely, this is going to come right on shore, Westmoreland back towards St. Elizabeth and into Manchester. In these zones, this is one of the most powerful hurricanes we've had in the entire Atlantic basin that is about to make a landfall. This is one of the strongest storms we've had on record. It is not weakening. It is going to move in Savlamar, back toward Black River, Treasure Beach, in these areas, even over toward Mandeville. Here's the eye of this, right? It is coming in and has all turned, as we've been talking about, and it is moving in a very life-threatening situation, as we well know. So in these zones, again, if you're sitting right in here, as I mentioned, especially Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, and over toward Manchester Parish, in through here, Black River, Treasure Beach, back toward Savlamar, even just a little bit towards, say, over toward Milk River. In these locations, you could have roof failure. Walls can the siding get ripped away. So with that, I know this is kind of a tough talk, but if you could just hang with me for a second. If you're in these locations right in through here and you're in your safest spot, the most interior spot of your home, oftentimes that is a bathroom, you want to have a mattress, a blanket, towels, some sort of stuff like that, because if the roofs come off, if the walls start to fall apart, you want to have something to protect yourself, your family, best you can. Have your shoes on as well in this sector as this all moves in. With that, you could see some of the gusts. Now, you want to protect your head as well. If the home you're in starts to fall apart, with this, maybe a bucket or a pot to protect yourself, oftentimes in the bathtub, that is the safest location you can be. Again, we're just trying to protect lives at this point. That's what we're doing. I do appreciate you sharing this information if you still do have the power. But again, know that this weather community is with you, right? Everyone is behind you. There are teams outside of Jamaica that are doing what they can to get help once this passes by. But Savlamar, back toward Treasure Beach, over toward Mandeville, again, severe structure damage, winds of about 185 miles per hour. Those will be some of the gusts on this. This will lift up toward Montego Bay, Falmouth, St. Anne, so St. Anne's Bay, winds gusting to about 145 miles per hour.
You know that this don't look good for Jamaica, though. 185 miles per hour wind gust. This is not good for the country. And it's going to tear through Westmoreland, St. James, Hanover, Clarendon, Mandeville, Manchester, wherever. as what somebody said in the chat room a while ago, and the Prime Minister going to draw down on his insurance claim for Jamaica. Listen to some more of what the gentleman is saying. This is really, 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 really heartbroken.
Per hour in this. The track, again, unfortunately hasn't changed. I wish we had better news to pass along. Winds right now 175 miles per hour. That is sustained. That's why I mentioned the gust as high as 185 miles per hour.
Wow. My God. Father, have mercy, oh God. Have mercy upon this nation, Lord.
That's about 280 kilometers an hour for the sustained winds. This is moving to the northwest now at about 7 kilometers an hour. That's about 5 miles per hour. So again, everything taking this into Jamaica, it took the turn. It did everything that we've been talking about, everything we've been preparing for. The pressure, again, continues to be extremely low. The pressure is down to 901. As the pressure drops, that means stronger winds. The winds are roughly, again, 175, maybe 180. As far as the hurricane winds, they extend out 45 kilometers or about 30 miles. The tropical storm force winds 315 kilometers or 195 miles, to show you how strong, how powerful, how wide all of this is. Now, as this works in, again, this is going to continue to move in. With that said, as the eye moves overhead, if you end up in the eye where you have the destructive winds and then there's a period of calm, you've got about 10 to 30 minutes within the eye where it is calm. We obviously don't go outside where it is calm. So you have 10 to 30 minutes within the eye, if you have that calm period, to kind of reposition yourself, grab an additional mattress or something like that if you've had the structure damage. With that said, the winds are then going to reverse. So you have the destructive winds, you get caught in the eye, you have that 10 to 30 minute period to kind of adjust within your very safe spot. And then the winds are going to swing in out of the other direction. Be mindful of that, as the winds will change direction at that point. You want to stay low. We're going to stay safe. We'll stay together through this, right? That's what we do. And we'll get on the flip side of this with that. So again, we'll get into the storm surge. I want to show you down the road as well. Cuba, this southeastern Cuba, this will.
Do you realize, viewers and subscribers, do you realize that this thing is not moving off of Jamaica? When it hasn't touched Jamaica, as you know, is the outer band. The outer band is affecting Jamaica now. Now, when we get the 11 o'clock advisory, we're going to see if we're going to continue watching other news network and bring it to you live to see what they're saying. But let's continue to listen to what this gentleman is saying here and then bring it back to you live. This is Mek Wi Talk. We're listening and watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. We're tracking the most dangerous hurricane on Earth.
Have high impacts and moving right toward the Bahamas, fine-tuning it for the Bahamas. Now, here's that eye that I'm talking about as this moves into, say, right around Black River. This is the very destructive winds in this. Again, don't use this terminology lightly. This is flat out a very scary situation at this point. That onshore flow in this, we're going to have, again, that life-threatening surge that we have been talking about. Been doing everything I can to get the word out about this with you. You've helped me so much get the word out, but here's the eye of this moving in. And the very, very strong winds that are going to be right around this. The center of this sitting just south of Falmouth, kind of splitting Falmouth, Black River, Mandeville over toward St. Anne. So that is the eye, again, that 10 to 30 minute calm period where you can adjust your not adjust your location, where you are, just in your safe spot if you need to grab an extra mattress or something like that. Then on the back side, you get the back eye wall moving in. So again, heaviest weather all around the eye wall, whether it's north, east, south, or west. And then this will lift over toward St. Anne, lifting up by 2 p.m. today. Still, the very destructive winds, a possibility of that along the northern coast, right in through here. You could pick your spot. Winds kind of turning. There's the eye. Then after 2 p.m., after about 3 p.m., this lifts away. By 5 p.m., this will continue to work its way up toward Cuba as we work our way into tonight, and then moving across the Bahamas as we work our way parts of the Bahamas. I'll highlight highlight that. Not all of the Bahamas, parts of the Bahamas as we work our way into tomorrow. So here is the eye, this red shading right in here, Maypen, close to Spanish Town, Kingston. We've had very high gusts, around 90 miles per hour. They're only going to get worse. Again, this is a worst case scenario for Jamaica. We know that. We've been highlighting it. It will be the worst storm Jamaica has ever had. It will be the strongest hurricane Jamaica has ever had. This will work its way in right in through here. This red shading you're seeing here. This is that core that will have the destructive winds. You've known about this. You've been spreading the word with me. Take some solace in the fact that you've done, I don't know if that's the right terminology, bear with me. You've done what you can to prepare for the storm, right? And now is the worst.
This is Mek Wi Talk breaking news. An item of news coming in. A hurricane warning remains in effect for Jamaica as a powerful Category 5 hurricane, Melissa, continue its slow movement towards the island. At 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the center of Melissa was located near latitude 17.2 north, longitude 78.3 west, or about 115 miles south-south, 115 miles west-southwest of Kingston, Jamaica, or 75 miles south of Negril Point. The hurricane is moving towards the north-northeast at 7 miles per hour, at 5 miles per hour. My God. With a gradual turn towards the northeast. Melissa continue to pose a significant threat to Jamaica. Cross over Jamaica tonight, southeast to Cuba on Wednesday morning, and moving into the southern Atlantic Ocean on the southern tip of Bahamas late Wednesday. You know, when you listen to this, you know, when you see all of this is going on, to be honest, this is something that we all must take seriously. We all must take this seriously. This do not look good for Jamaica. It does not. A hurricane warning remains in effect for Jamaica as a powerful Category 5 Hurricane Melissa continue its slow and moderate move towards the island. At 5 a.m., the center of Melissa was located near latitude 17.2 north, longitude 78.3 west, or about 115 miles west-southwest of Kingston, Jamaica, or 75 miles south of Negril Point, Jamaica. That's where I am from. The hurricane is moving towards the north-northeast at 5 miles per hour. This thing is not going anywhere. It's going to sit on top of Jamaica. And although it may go, it may pass Kingston and come down, those areas are still going to get rain. They're going to still get rain. I had also breaking that little news there for you. Let's continue with the tracking. I'm going to give you some other news out of Jamaica that's coming into us. Let's follow this for a while.
And it is moving in with the loud sounds and all of that sort of thing. But you've been with me every step of the way with this. And you can see right through here, again, as we work our way in this red shading here, this is the core of this, right on the edge of Kingston. We're going to have those winds that will be sustained. We'll get into that right around 100 miles per hour. It may be more with those higher gusts, could be as 125 as we get into Kingston. Here's the center of it, little quiet 10 to 30-minute period. That is it. And then the backside comes in. And that's why you stay very sheltered in place if you're in the eye, because then the other part of it has to come through. And then by the time we get into 2 p.m. Montego Bay, it doesn't kind of release yet. The eye is sitting over towards St. Anne. So Falmouth and Montego Bay, winds coming out of the north. We get that surge around. Still the very, very strong hurricane force winds. Port Maria swinging here, watching Port Antonio for some strong winds all across our eastern zones as well. And then by 5 p.m., that's when this starts to lift away and starts to work away. So as far as the winds go, 175, where again, this is coming on shore. It's about 175, 180. And that means those gusts, 185 could be a little bit higher for those wind gusts, making it one of the most powerful landfalls we've had in the Atlantic basin. Worst case scenario, winds Montego Bay about 130 miles per hour. We work our way back toward Kingston about 110, and even along the north coast, 100 to 110. That's why I've been highlighting that all locations in Jamaica would have very serious impacts. But again, the high concern, extreme concern, where that eye wall is, because that is going to be very destructive in a system like that. That's why I mentioned the tips now, what you can do next to protect life if your structure is failing. So again, hopefully this could sneak out a little bit. I will put out additional updates as we go throughout the day. But again, we're losing power across Jamaica. So it's kind of last chance to get some of these updates out. These are the gusts. Again, what I was showing you with the severe, this core here, this is where the core of it's moving over. Again, Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, that's where it's going to make landfall with that eye wall. So again, then lifting back toward Hanover, you get over toward St. James, Trelawney, and then St. Anne once this kind of lifts in with those gusts around 145 to 150. Higher terrain, you swing over toward the mountains. Some of the gusts will be even higher, and we haven't even talked about the rain that is on top of this. But again, there will be some isolation. There is going to be some isolation of communities because of just the winds, the destruction we're going to have out of this. We know that. We've been highlighting about it. It is terrible stuff to say, but you see it with yourself. Again, this is heading right into Jamaica. Conditions are rapidly going down. A track storm start to finish on this channel. Now, as we work away, excuse this number, this should be about a 120 in here, maybe pushing about 110 to 120. I don't know why I have 193. I must have done a typo here, but you can see again, we're looking at major hurricane winds as we work our way back towards southeast Jamaica. Thank you for bearing with me through this. So about 100 to about 120 mile per hour winds, 177 kilometers right in through here. 110 as you get over toward Crooked Island. It looks like this will be Crooked Island. I was mentioning several videos ago, we're taking the preps in Long Island too. We're going to have some strong winds, not as much the Turks and Caicos. Turks and Caicos, most of this is going to stay back toward the north and off toward the west. I'll show you that. I'll expand out the view. We'll cover Bermuda, the Atlantic region of Canada in just a second. Here are those rain totals as expected. Some spots will be up to about 750 millimeters of rain or 30 inches of rain. That's what we're going to have out of this. We're going to have the mudslides, the extreme flooding. That has been highlighted for days and days right across Jamaica. And then lifting up toward Cuba, still some high totals. But with that said, as this lifts just to the north of Jamaica today, it will start to accelerate and work its way up.
Good morning for those who are just joining us. If you have family members in St. Elizabeth, Trelawney, Clarendon, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, this thing has not made landfall as yet. We're asking you all to tell your family members, I don't know, to hunker down, go to a shelter or something, to seek higher grounds. Let me go back to this. Hold on there for me. Life-threatening surge. Hold on, we'll go back to this. There you can see it. Let me go back to you can see and hear what he's saying. Life-threatening storm surge. Catastrophic. Listen to this.
Meters, that is the abnormal rise. And have the mudslides, the extreme flooding that has been highlighted for days and days right across Jamaica. then lifting up toward Cuba. Still some high totals, but with that said, as this lifts just to the north of Jamaica today, it will start to accelerate and work its way back toward close to Long Island and Crooked Island. I want to show you that in just a moment, covering everyone again, start to finish with this. Now, the surge, I've upped these numbers 9 to about 15 feet. We talked about this yesterday, 9 to 13 feet. It could be higher, 2.5 to 4.5 meters, 2.5 to about 4.5 meters. It may be higher, could be over 4.5 meters. That is the abnormal rise in the water. That's why I've been showing this map for several days. These brighter colors were simply the ocean would kind of inundate and just kind of move in. And this is exactly where it's going. Watching where we'll have that landfall here. We get that big push of water. That includes Kingston, where we're going to still have that surge all along the southern coast, the abnormal rise as this powerful hurricane works in. Then it gets close to Bermuda. If it does move in, I'll show you that in a second. And
before we go any further, let me say this, because there's something coming into us right here on the Mek Wi Talk program that I have to let you hear. There will be a press conference this morning from Jamaica House, but before we do that, I was asked to give you the update. As of 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the center of Hurricane Melissa was located latitude 17.2 north, longitude 78.3 west, or about 115 miles west-southwest of Kingston, Jamaica, 75 miles south of Negril Point. The hurricane is moving towards the north-northwest at 5 miles per hour, as what this gentleman is saying in this weather report here. Family members and Jamaican citizens who lives in the parishes of Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, St. James, Hanover, St. Anne's, Trelawney, be ye careful. All I can say to you is pray to God that this thing may turn between now and the 11 o'clock advisory. Between now and the 11 o'clock advisory. The BBC is reporting that 3 people have died. I am not aware of that. I'm still working my sources out of ADPEN, the Office of the Disaster Preparedness. Still working my sources there to let them know, tell me if anything like that goes so. And also, we are working our sources to find out. There will be a press conference this morning. There is also going to be a hurricane relief effort here in South Florida, where I'm going to speak to the Jamaica Consul General to Miami, Oliver Meir. We're also trying to get to speak to Jamaican ambassador to Washington. Hopefully we can. If we don't, then that's okay. We're working on our sources also to some other people who are trying to get relief down to Jamaica as soon as this thing go away. There is so many media houses in Jamaica right now, CNN, Fox News, BBC, all over the places down there. But I want to finish this video here, then I'll go over to the BBC, because the BBC is reporting something that we need to listen to. So let's finish this here, then we'll go right over to the BBC. One thing I can say to you also, the flat bridge is impassable. The flat bridge is impassable around the Bagwalk Gorge. It is impossible. Do not venture around there. The authorities has not said this as yet, but based on what I am seeing on the live video, live cam out of Jamaica on the flat bridge, do not, let me repeat, motorists and residents, do not venture on the flat bridge. Please, in the name of God, do not go on the flat bridge, because that there don't look good. It don't look good at all for anyone to go over there right now. Let me go back to this for a bit, and then we're going to go over to the BBC.
Strong. There'll be some weakening. You'll kind of hunker down for a period of time, brace yourselves for a period of time, and then it will move by rather quickly. We work our way back toward the Avalon Peninsula here, back toward Newfoundland. It should be in different form there. I'll show you that. It's going to really combine with a different system, but again, moving right across Jamaica, swinging over towards Southeast Cuba. Thank you for getting the word out across Southeast Cuba. It's not coming to Central or western sections of Cuba. It's not coming to the northern Bahamas, Freeport, or New Providence. It is not coming there. It is going to be more south, watching near Long Island, and again over toward Crooked Island. And it should, for the most part, heaviest weather avoid the Turks and Caicos, kind of getting clipped with some of the rain bands. So a very dangerous Category 5, a worst case scenario as it moves into Jamaica. It is so powerful that, yeah, we get some weakening, but not enough as we get into southeast Cuba. This will roll into Guantanamo Bay as a dangerous, powerful, major hurricane, most likely Category 3 at that point. So let me show you that as we swing down the road. So we're looking at Long Island and Crooked Island. It looks like this will head more toward Crooked Island here, but we could be very close to the center in Long Island as well. I've covered Jamaica and what we're seeing, what we're dealing with right now. And then this area will lift its way up toward the southeast sections of Cuba. You can see the white shading. These are really the tropical storm winds. We've been highlighting the flooding in Haiti for days and days. Then this will work its way. This is by 2 p.m. That's when it starts to pull away from Jamaica. Lifts its way up tonight right into southeast sections of Cuba. So again, the hurricane winds that we're going to have here, you see all this red in here. It will weaken a little bit, but then it moves back over the water, and we know the water is still very warm in spots. So it stays together as a hurricane, and you can see it here. So watching the Turks and Caicos, but mainly southern, southeastern Bahamas, watching this as this starts to work in. This is by tomorrow morning, and then the first half tomorrow through early tomorrow afternoon, watching southern sections of Long Island, especially back through Crooked Island, where we could have some of the winds right around 90 miles per hour to about 100 miles per hour as that moves by. This is midday. Then after that, deeper into the day tomorrow, it will depart the southeastern and southern Bahamas and start to work away. So clipping the central Bahamas, but again, more so right in this pocket here. I really try to fine tune where these things will go, and then lifting its way back into the Atlantic. So we're watching this. Here's the broad picture, what's happening in Jamaica, of course, with that direct hit of one of the most powerful hurricanes we've ever had in the Atlantic Basin, and the worst hurricane Jamaica has ever had. I will be I've been talking to folks on the ground nonstop. I'll put out some links of safe spots we could donate to, because you know how it goes in systems like this. We want our funds to get into the hands, into the right places. I'll put out those links. Just give me some time. I've just been trying to deal with this, and I've been trying to get the correct information on everything. And then this will lift up toward the north by later today. And then you can see already the rain moving into parts of southeast Cuba. Here's the center of it by tonight, sitting right over extreme southeastern sections of Cuba. Again, winds as high as about 120, which means we're going to have some higher gusts that surge right through Guantanamo Bay. And then you can see here's Long Island. You get over toward Crooked Island here. Again, the heaviest weather, Crooked Island. We're having a hurricane that is going to be moving in by late tonight, but more so first half of tomorrow. And then that will continue through about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, clipping with some aggressive winds back toward Long Island. That's why we made the preps. And again, not as much for the Turks and Caicos. And then you see some of those feeder bands of some of the rain that is working in. Now, this is that.
When he speaks about Long Island,
that same time frame, 3 o'clock tomorrow, there is Melissa, and you can see it got tied into that front. That's why it made that turn that I've been highlighting, kind of did that hook because of that front. Here's Bermuda. If it moves into Bermuda, it's going to be very close either way. We're looking at late Thursday night for those impacts. Still, some hurricane impacts would be a potential, some strong gusts. It will be.
Okay, there you have it. There you have it from the esteemed weather person there, giving us the late, that was a 5 a.m. advisory. It was a 5 a.m. advisory. I'm going to switch over to the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, is reporting, but I'm also getting news that 3 people died in Haiti, 6 injured in Tropical Storm Melissa. I am going to switch over to the BBC to see what the BBC saying, because the BBC is saying that 3 people died in Jamaica. And I'm still working my sources to find if that is true. So let me go over here and get this for you and share you this. Here we go. Let's do this way here. There we
3 people have died in Jamaica as the island braces itself for the imminent arrival of Hurricane Melissa. The storm could be the strongest to ever hit the Caribbean island. Well, these are live images from the capital, Kingston. They show that we can already see heavy rain and strong winds on the city. Well, it's a Category 5 storm, and if it makes a direct hit on Jamaica, it would be the first time that this has happened in more than 35 years. The island could experience winds of 170 miles an hour, with meteorologists warning that because of Melissa's slow pace, it could dump a metre of rain in the coming days, which could increase the risk of deadly floods and landslides. Well, let's show you these live satellite images, which are tracking the path of the storm. Well, 4 people have also been killed by the storm in the nearby Dominican Republic, as well as Haiti. And warnings are also in place, the islands of Cuba and the Bahamas. Well, our reporter Nick Davis is in Kingston. He sent us an update on the conditions there in the last hour.
I don't know how to describe it. It's just very strong gusts which are starting to come through. Every once in a while, I mean, actually to the point where I had to grab onto a pole just for a second, just for a moment. I don't want to overdo it, but if we get more of that, which is what we're expecting throughout the course of the day, these tropical storm winds coming into areas like Kingston, I can only imagine what it's going to be like further along the southwest, where that storm, Melissa, is expected to make landfall.
Well, we've received images from the US Air Force Reserve crew known as the Hurricane Hunters flying through the eye of Hurricane Melissa on Monday to collect data for the National Hurricane Center. Well, with wind speeds of up to 282 kilometers an hour, the Category 5 hurricane is, as we've been saying, the world's strongest storm of the year. Bob Larson is a senior meteorologist at AccuWeather. He said the storm could bring strong winds of up to 170 miles an hour. He says it's as strong as a storm gets.
Well, in addition to being a dangerous and very powerful Category 5 hurricane, Melissa is remarkable in the sense that it is moving so very slowly. How slowly? 3 miles per hour, essentially a walking pace. Typically, hurricanes, tropical systems moving through the Caribbean will be moving 5, maybe 10 times faster than that. So as devastating as the rain and wind will become as it comes through, it is going to be a prolonged period of intense rain and wind, which will unfortunately magnify the amplitude of the danger that lies ahead and the just terrible impacts. We're very concerned about a humanitarian crisis in the wake of this very slow-moving, very powerful and dangerous hurricane.
Well, I'm joined now by Dr. Beverly Lindsay, OBE. She's the chair of the Association of Jamaican Nationals here in the UK. Good to talk to you, Beverly. Obviously, a really worrying time for all your family and friends in Jamaica. Just tell us about what you're hearing from your family and friends in Jamaica at the moment.
Yeah, good morning. Yes, I have. Matter of fact, I've been speaking to my cousin for the last couple of hours in Jamaica, who lives in Kingston. At the moment, you know, they're just sitting tight. It has not, they have had a bit of rain and a little bit of wind in Kingston, but it has not really, it's not really in force yet in Kingston. We are quite worried about the people on the southern side because, you know, last year, Beryl hit that area very badly. And, you know, some of them have not even recovered yet. And you know, so we are quite concerned about those people. I'm from the eastern side, St. Thomas. It doesn't seem to be hitting that side very much. But at the moment, people are sitting tight. It's really, the force has not really hit Jamaica yet.
Indeed. Do you think that there's enough being done to prepare people for what could be one of the worst storms in living memory in Jamaica?
Yes, I believe the government have done as much as they could. People speaking from my cousin and other people in Jamaica, they are very well prepared. The government had people preparing for some days now. As she puts it this morning, they have never been better prepared. You know, when Gilbert, people weren't as prepared as they are now. And people are really listening to the government's warning and they're heeding to that. You know, people have barricaded their houses and sandbags, and others who think they're more vulnerable, they have moved into shelters. So yes, the supermarket, they have shopped. my cousin told me this morning she charged up 3 phones because, if one goes, then she can just exchange the SIM. So people are ready. They have the solar lights. They have flashlights. They're more prepared than ever, I was told.
And what are you doing?
There you go for the BBC. Let's hear what she said. What she's gonna do after the fault of this hurricane. Listen to what she's saying. Then we're gonna switch away from that and go to Jamaica Live.
Over here in the UK in anticipation of what could be, as we heard just then from that person from AccuWeather, a humanitarian disaster. Are you preparing to send supplies or do, what kind of support are you trying to get together in the eventuality of the worst?
To be honest, we have not started yet because we are waiting. The commissioner sent out a message yesterday that, we just need to be prepared, hold tight until they have further news from the Office of the Prime Minister and the Disaster Fund Committee in Jamaica to know exactly what aid will be needed. But in the meantime, we've sent out a message to my members and other church leaders and community leaders yesterday. So we must, begin to prepare and plan if aid, help is needed and action is needed if the worst occurs. So we are on standby as it is.
There you have it, a Jamaican speaking to the BBC. And let me correct something here for the British Broadcasting Corporation. 3 people did not die in Jamaica because of the hurricane. They died preparing themselves for the hurricane. So let us get that clear there because, they're saying that we on the social media and giving out fake information. We're not. I know for a fact that I'm not doing so. But anyway, let us switch from the BBC and switch to what's going on in Jamaica. Apparently, there is a... Oh, I think they have a commercial break here now. Oh, let me say something here. Just a moment. Okay, let's do it now. Let's go straight to the live cams that we have coming into us courtesy of PBCJ and Jamaica Eye. There we go. All right, there you have it. It's cameras all over the place. Cameras all over the place. You can see the streets of Kingston, the Kingston Harbor, the sea's choppy. The flat bridge is closed. I'm getting information now from that the flat bridge is closed. Let me go into something else that I have here. I'm on so much WhatsApp group, it's unbelievable. Let me see something here. What is it? Let me do this right here. Just a moment here, please. Those who are just joining us, welcome to the program. Welcome to the program for those who are just joining us. Let me go over to this. I don't have any producer with me. Good morning, OT. How are you doing this morning? Let me go over to this here and hear what they're saying. Just a moment here, please. We have to do this. We're not giving out no fake news to no one. All right. You all know that last night the Jamaican embassy in Washington, D.C. had a town hall meeting and they're preparing themselves to make sure that things get to go down to Jamaica. OT morning. I know you're watching me, darling. All right. Spring Plaza, Constant Spring Road was okay. All right, this is what, yes, let's go back to this. I want to show you something here that is going on also on there is, yeah, here it is, the Jamaica Observer. Good morning, Dr. Dunkley, good morning. Oh, 3 people died, 13 people injured in Jamaica. This is what the minister... Let me see something here. Hold on here for me, please. Don't go anywhere. The Minister of Health is saying this. Just a moment here. Let me get everything up and show you guys what the minister is saying. Apparently yesterday he had a press conference, but I wasn't even listening properly to him yesterday. Had so many things doing. What you're looking at there now is live feed from Jamaica. Live feed from the webcams in Jamaica. Good morning to those who live in Clarendon. Good morning, Clarendon. Just a moment here, please, everyone. Let me get this up here and show you what's going on. Okay, here we go. There's my email now. There's a video of what Dr. Christopher Tufton said. I know somebody have been saying to me that Jeffrey, he has said it on the on his thing here. Let's go back to here and get it out and show it to you. So what you're looking at there now is, let me go over something here. Just a moment here. From here. So get all of this thing up and going. Just a moment here, please. The National Hurricane Center in Miami is reporting so many things this morning. The next advisory will be at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to know where this thing is really truly going. All right? We're going to see where this thing is really truly going. The next advisory comes out at 11 o'clock this morning. All right? Let me go to this video here that Dr. Tufton did. Okay, I have a call coming in. One moment for me. Oh, Lord. Come on, phone. Answer. Just a moment here. Good morning. One moment, please. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. Hold on there for me. I'm not hearing you. Hold on. Good morning. I don't know what's going on. I'm not hearing you. What you said, ma'am?
I'm just trying to find out if Melissa touched down in Jamaica yet or not.
Are you watching the program? I'm live.
I'm just coming from work, so I was just calling
ma'am,
to
I'm
find
live.
out.
It is still heading to Jamaica.
Okay, alrighty.
I'm live on air now, so you can go and watch, all right?
Okay, Jeffrey, thanks.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Very sad to say that.
All right, here is the video of what Dr. Tufton said. 3 died, 13 people injured as Jamaicans prepared for Melissa. Listen to what he's saying.
Over the past few days in preparation. Very sad to say that over the past few days in preparation for the storm, we've had 3 deaths. So I'm speaking to you from the Emergency Operating Center in New Kingston with the health team coordinating the activities across the country, the health response that is. Very sad to say that over the past few days in preparation for the storm, we've had 3 deaths.
3 deaths. What on earth happened here? Please stand by. Welcome back to the program. I don't know what happened. We have lost certain things here on the Mek Wi Talk program. Welcome back. We're still going to continue doing our stuff here. Just bear with us, please. I don't know what happened a while ago. Technology is something else. Let's do this here until I sort this out. Let me go over live streaming from CVM.
They have reviewed those, but Black River would have been the most significant in terms of adjustments.
Yeah, so 3 deaths and 13 injuries is what you had reported yesterday. In terms of injuries, does the 13 remain?
As of now, yes, as of this morning. I think we need to remind Jamaicans that the storm is still coming. It's been a long time coming, but the impact last night of the wind is just the very outer band, and landfall is expected later today. So persons should not be complacent. And the fact that we survived last night, which we thank God for, the truth is the worst is yet to come. So it's important for persons to just continue to wait and prepare themselves.
And in terms of your own constituency, any updates there?
Not more than what I received up to last evening. People are prepared and waiting, like most of the rest of the country. And we will have to assess as we go along.
Yeah.
So, Minister, you said the worst is yet to come. Are you able to tell us what measures are currently in place in our hospitals or public hospitals, to be specific, in terms of like to safeguard our healthcare infrastructure, so backup power systems, because, you know, we are anticipating widespread outages, as well as some medical supply contingency plans. What exactly are in our facilities right now? All right, it appears we have lost the minister.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you now.
We have food, medical supplies, water storage, and excess water storage. Staff that are on alert and prepared to work extra hours. And of course, plans are in place to deal with things like logistics where necessary, coordinating with other agencies. So, you know, we are as ready as we can be for an event such as this. There's a good thing about the slowness of the storm is that there's given us enough time to prepare. And so it's really now just to face it as it comes in and hope that injuries are minimal.
Yeah. One of the things I remember you spoke about during the onset of COVID and as it lasted those 2 years, Health Minister, is the fact that COVID gave us a chance to improve our public health system and strengthen it. You've gone around, you've spoken about a lot of what is happening. I mean, unfortunately, the extended rebuild of and renovations to the Cornwall Regional Hospital. There's the Children's Hospital as well in Montego Bay, renovations in Spanish Town. And you spoke about the KPH, or you're looking for lands now to kind of have a new KPH. What will this Category 5 hurricane do you think from your perspective, though, to kind of further that agenda in terms of strengthening the actual infrastructure of some of our hospitals?
Well, I don't know what it will do, because we'll have to wait and see. I mean, the strengthening would be a function of to the extent to which there are damages, and we certainly are hoping that the damages are minimal. We do have a plan for restoring those institutions that may be impacted. There is a plan to quickly go in and assess. So there's a plan before, there's a plan during, and there's a plan after. And as far as infrastructure is concerned, we have a plan to rapidly assess and to move in, restore those that can be restored quickly, If we have to relocate those that have to be relocated, meaning the services, then we'll do that while we restore those that may be damaged badly. So once the restoration requires repairs, we will conform to a protocol that will strengthen the resilience of those infrastructure. So whether it is, how we put on the roof, as we did the last time, where we have now instituted slab roofing as opposed to zinc roofing in some of the health centers that had lost their roofs, and how we build particular units within those institutions in terms of things like generator capacity, water storage capacity, that kind of infrastructure. So yes, ultimately,
New Total Eye Lift. Clarence All-in-One Eye Care with Harungana, as effective as retinol. For a 30-second eye lift, smoother wrinkles, and reduce dark circles and puffiness. New Total Eye Lift. Naturally powerful.
The hour, which by that time would have already passed. Can you confirm at this time if that press briefing has been finalized?
No, I can't. But as I said, the ministers are always available, as I am as Minister Samud, and I'm sure the others to provide an update. But I can't confirm that one has been planned or time set.
All right. That was the Health Minister, Dr. Christopher Tufton. Just to get a further update from you, where are you presently, Minister, and how are you doing personally?
I'm in Kingston and monitoring. I'm fine. Just keeping in touch with all the persons that I can. And so far, so good. We just have to batten on and provide as much leadership and support as possible.
Yeah,
and we can make it. We will make it. I want to encourage everyone just to keep focused and work the management of the process and provide the leadership that's necessary.
Yeah, and I know you can't say it too many times, but you're a reminder to Jamaicans in terms of protecting their health throughout this weather system. I know you've been sharing some advice regarding food as well.
Yes, there are some preparations that must be done by now. I think all Jamaicans should recognize the importance of storing water and non-perishables. I think the real challenge right now is to encourage good mental health in terms of just not getting too anxious, especially those who have to provide leadership and leadership at all levels, meaning the family, the adults in the home, providing it for the children, providing it for yourself. The wind will be scary, and the trees and all that will come with it, the water and the flooding. I think if we keep focused, we will certainly get through it. So it's important to just try to take a deep breath, know that you have to face it, and let's get through it. We have done it before. I'm sure we can do it again.
Yeah, and as Minister Tufton there just mentioned the importance of mental health, we will be speaking to a clinical psychologist a little later on here on CVM Sunrise about that very issue. Clinical psychologist to speak about mental health while we mind over Melissa to kind of move beyond Melissa. So yes, look forward to that coming up a little bit later on in the program. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton, I want to thank you so very much for your time and for joining us here on CVM's Sunrise. Stay tuned to the ministry's official channels for guidance, especially if you or a family member require medical attention during the storm.
From CVM, we're going to switch away from that and then go to some other videos that's coming into us right here. There is a little problem I'm facing here in my studio. You can't end up seeing me. I don't know what on earth is going on here. I feel a little problem, but you can hear me. So I hope you all stay with me. There's a little problem I'm facing here with the entire video system here. What happened? I don't know. It just kicked me out of something a while ago. I don't know what's going on, and let's hope nobody's just trying to hack into the system. But anyway, we're gonna continue. We're gonna show you some videos here out of Jamaica, courtesy of the Jamaica Observer. Let's do this here. Wherever you're listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean, this is Mek Wi Talk. I am Jeffrey Tavares, and we are tracking Hurricane Melissa. That's what we're doing. We're tracking Hurricane Melissa. And we're tracking Hurricane Melissa. This is what we're going to do a show. This is saying that this is Montego Bay. It's a video out of Montego Bay last night into this morning. This is Montego Bay, St. James. Here we go. Roof torn off of a house. Yes, on top of these cars. There it is. It's a roof that was torn off of a house. Let me do this now.
Look here, guys. The river come down. Nobody cannot cross it. Cross up on the hours. The river come down. The river just start come down. Look here, guys. The river come down. Nobody cannot cross it. Cross up on the hours. The river come down. The river just start come down. Look there. You cannot cross it. If you cross it, you're gonna drown. This is what you call the storm. Look at this. This is at my gate. You cannot cross it.
There you have it. That is in St. Thomas, Jamaica, where this is in Cumberland. That is in Portland. Portmore. Cumberland and Portmore. Last night this is. This morning I was told. There it is. Do another video here that you can see. This is Portmore. Once again, this is Portmore. This is Portmore. Eyes on Melissa. Wow. They're getting the outer ban. This is Kingston. Person who says this is pure lie. You're saying to me that the Jamaica Observer is lying now too? This video don't belongs to me, Patricia. This is from the Jamaica Observer. So you're saying the Jamaica Observer is pure lie they're telling? Oh, let's chat to a chat pure nonsense. Imagine that this thing is not up on us fully and the outer ban is doing all of this. There it is. Let's see if we have another video here. This is Greenside in Falmouth, Trelawney. Greenside in Falmouth, Trelawney. Wow, hear the breeze. My God. Whoa. Where this is? It's somewhere in Jamaica. This We're going to switch away from this. The Jamaica Fire Brigade is having a press conference, are speaking to another TV station, Let's go over to them. All these videos that I'm showing you, was not made by Jeffrey Tavares. It came from the Jamaica Observer. So please, do not come on the platform here and tell me say spare lie, me telling. Okay, let's go over to CVM.
Taking women in labor to hospitals.
So, right, so Hanover and in St. James.
Right. I'm pretty certain, Amoy, if those...
So we were able to successfully transport.
I think we're having some issues there with the line from the commissioner.
Which is expected.
Which is expected again. But I'm pretty certain that if those two babies are girls, I don't think their parents will be naming them Melissa at all. Melissa is not a popular name in Jamaica. In fact, yes. Coming back to you, Commissioner, we lost it for a bit there. We're giving us the details of the pregnant women you had to take to hospital.
Yes, as I was saying, these were in the parishes of Hanover and St. James. I am not currently sure of the status of these two mothers, but we are hoping that they would have delivered successfully. This is not anything new to us. Last year during burial, we actually delivered two babies in the homes of two mothers who went in there. It was just too risky.
Yeah. Are fire brigade officers trained in midwifery? Again, viewers, yes, Commissioner. I mean, your line is a little bit choppy, but we will stick with you.
Emergency medical technician. Yes, right. So I've been without internet all morning. Apparently, there's some downtree in the Red Hills area that has caused the be stable. But what I'm saying is that we do have personnel who are trained, emergency medical technicians, to carry out this type of activity in support, of course, of the Ministry of Health. As you know, we work closely with the Ministry of Health through our emergency medical services, and so they are trained to deliver babies and to do other assistance or render other assistance to persons who may be in need of.
This is the kind of thing we don't talk about often enough, Amoy. The first responders actually helping to deliver babies. I've seen several reports as well of members of the JCF delivering babies, and it's actually quite beautiful to see. We often are critical of them in our reporting, as we ought to do sometimes based on what is happening. But when we hear these good news as well, I think we have to share it. And before I even ask Commissioner the other question, we were sharing on our social media platforms here on CVM TV some of the police members chopping trees right across the country. We had some stuff coming up from Irish Town and up in the Newcastle area, in St. Thomas as well. So kudos to the team for that, and kudos to your team so far, Commissioner. In terms of the fallen trees, they say you've had to be responding to, where are these areas specifically?
Again, that's mostly in the western end of the island. We have had one, as I said, one incident in the Kingston and St. Andrew division that we would have responded to. But we are also getting additional reports coming in. Those are being attended to as we speak. We are, of course...
Sorry, what's exactly being attended to as we speak right now?
We are getting other reports of fallen trees. As you know, there has been strong enough wind since the last night. So we have been to early this morning. So we have been getting reports of other fallen trees. Those are being investigated as we speak. The reality is that the information coming in sometimes will take a little while given what is happening out there on the ground. We are also a part of the emergency operating centers, the EOCs at the local level, where the data has been collated and been fed into the National Emergency Operating Center at ADFEM, to which I'll be making my way as soon as I'm off the air with you, to continue to collate and put together the data as it comes in relation to our responses, and to coordinate, of course, with our agencies.
Yeah, and we do have to go right now, but where are these reports coming in from that you're responding to right now?
And have there been any reports of fire-related incidents? Because I know we've gotten several reports since yesterday of, a light fire catching on light poles and, fuse on boxes, all of that. Has the JFB seen any of those reports?
Yes, we have responded to light pole fires. We have responded to fires in the homes. And this is something, if you will allow me to just put that plug in here in relation to this, to what persons need to observe in the home to prevent fires. Because I know with the onset of a weather system, we tend to throw caution to the wind and forget about the safety precautions that we need to take in relation to fire safety in the home. We know that the light will go and has gone in some instances, and persons need some source of lighting. In most instances, in the rural areas, they are going to be turning to candles. While we'd prefer for them to use battery-powered candles instead of regular candles, we know that most persons may not necessarily be able to afford those or find those at this time.
You say that you've had to respond
to use a candle. We recommend that in measures that you can observe. When you light a candle, make sure to put it in a container with some water.
We're going to break away from this and show you some videos that is coming into us that, people, let me make something clear on this platform here. For those who are coming on the platform here and criticizing, thank you very much for your criticism. But I advise you to go out and find out things for yourself. Don't come over and talk that is pure lie, I'm telling. Please do not do that. And I will block you. I will block you because I don't depend on you for nothing. I am doing this because I love my country. CNN is putting out the same things that I'm putting out. So why don't you go to CNN and tell CNN that they're lying? Don't come on here and do it. Do not come on here and do it. We're going to show you some videos now of what is coming out of Jamaica overnight into this morning. I'm going to show you these videos. Let's go back here. This is one of the videos. A tree's down somewhere in, where this is, in Kingston, on the boulevard in Kingston. Michael Manley Boulevard in Kingston. This is where it is. The tree's down. And this is Ocean Boulevard and Port Royal Street in Kingston. That same place there. All right. Let's do this. Let's do another one here to show you. These are all these videos that's coming into us. So, and this is another video here.
Hurricane Melissa is on track to hit Jamaica as a Category 5 system, the country's strongest since records began more than a century ago. A life-threatening storm surge of up to 4 metres is expected in the south, with officials concerned about the impact on hospitals on the coast. Mahiri Stewart is a journalist at Nationwide News Network in Jamaica. He says at least 3 people have died during preparations for the storm.
The 3 that were reported by our health minister earlier were due to persons that met in accidents while preparing for the hurricane that's on its way right now. So we had instances where persons were making some adjustments to their roofs and they were cutting down trees that they believed could be dangerous based on where they were located. And while doing those tasks, they unfortunately were fatally wounded. But in terms of deaths based on the rain and the winds we've gotten so far, we have nothing to report, luckily.
Okay, so based on the latest information, when are the winds expected to pick up?
Right, so based on the projections that we've seen so far, the hurricane is expected to make landfall, let's say around Tuesday morning. It's pretty much Tuesday morning right now, 12:05, but around the 6 a.m. areas, that's when we're really expecting the western parishes to experience those hurricane force winds. And the hurricane force winds are going to come not when the eye makes landfall, but as it approaches the country, because if you're within a 30 to 45 mile radius of the eye, that's when you're going to start experiencing those hurricane force winds. And if you're outside of those areas, if you're further away, then you're going to experience a tropical storm force winds. So as the eye approaches, that's when the strong winds are going to approach as well.
And how strong are those winds going to get?
Right, so it's a Category 5 hurricane, so we are expecting somewhere around 145 miles an hour, which is something very unprecedented for the country. We've never had a Category 4 hurricane make landfall in the country, much less the Category 5 that Melissa is expected to be when it makes landfall in the country. The saving grace, if you even want to call it that, is that once it does make landfall, based on the terrain that the hurricane is going to go across as it goes over Jamaica, there's a good chance it will weaken as it continues to pass through the country.
Are there many homes and buildings that are likely to be severely damaged?
Yes, honestly, as I said earlier, it's an unprecedented natural disaster in terms of the level of rainfall, the level of winds that we are expecting. So there is a lot of infrastructure. I think it's safe to say that when Jamaica experienced Hurricane Gilbert in 1988, the infrastructure at the time, even though it was a Category 3 hurricane, it wasn't enough to withstand that kind of disaster back then. I think it's safe to say that now we are in a better place infrastructure-wise to withstand those levels, but at the same time, due to the fact that it is a Category 5 hurricane, there's nobody in Jamaica that can tell you what to expect. There's nobody in Jamaica that's ever experienced a Category 5 hurricane in the country. So in terms of the level of damage that could take place to certain areas, there's just no way of knowing.
And what about the rain? How much rain is expected to fall?
Yeah, we're expecting to get a lot of rainfall, but in terms of the infrastructure that we have to make sure that the rainfall doesn't damage as much as you'd not want to see happen, we do have gullies. We have the Sandy Gully in Kingston that extensive cleaning has been done to ensure that when that expected rainfall does hit the country, the gully is in a situation where it's able to funnel all of that water out into the sea and not overflow to the point where it affects any of the nearby buildings and residents that are nearby.
And what's the mood there in Jamaica, considering you haven't seen anything like this before?
Well, to be honest with you, Jamaicans are an interesting set because you can see that there's obvious concern in terms of the Jamaicans, in terms of how they are seeing this Category 5 hurricane approach. You could almost argue with the amount of time that it's taken between it being a tropical storm to it becoming a Category 5, a lot of Jamaicans, the anxiety is rushing. But at the same time, we are a very resilient people. And in spite of that anxiety, in spite of that concern and worry, people are worried, yes, but they're not in a position where they're panicking. And I think that's very important, because if they do, then there's a good chance we could make some poor decisions as the hurricane passes due to that panic. So it's very important that though people are anxious and worried, they still have their wits about them.
And have people already evacuated from some areas?
Yes, we have been seeing some evacuations across the country. There are persons that have accepted that their household, their residency probably isn't going to be built well enough to withstand the winds that we're expecting from a Category 5 hurricane, as well as the rainfall. And on top of that, things like trees, based on the characteristics of what's around your house. Some persons have made the decision that their place isn't safe. We're going to go to one of the shelters that the government has set up. There are over 800 shelters across the country. And we've seen as the hurricane approaches and gets closer to our shores, more and more persons are complying and they are going to the shelters because they believe they'll be safer there, as opposed to if they were to stay at home.
Okay, Mahiri Stewart, stay safe and thanks for talking to us from Jamaica.
Thank you for having me.
There you go. I'm going to show you something here. You know, let me show you these things here. Before let me show you these things. There you go. This is in Kingston Harbor. This is the Kingston Harbor. Recorded video of the Kingston. I'm going to show you live footage pretty soon. This is Almond Town in Clarendon. This is in Clarendon. Are you going to say this is AI generated too? Are you going to say this is lying? Fox News is in Jamaica and they're showing all of this too. Where this is? This is somewhere in St. Andrew. The tree rooted out. It's out, and this is a video of Flatbridge. Let me show you a live video of Flatbridge soon. All right, let me take this off of here and go back here. Drop this down. One moment for me, please. Let me show you a live footage of Flatbridge. Okay, just a moment here. The Flatbridge is totally impossible. No one should venture on the Flatbridge. Here it is. You can't see the road at all on the Flatbridge. You can't see nothing. Absolutely nothing you can see. It's pure water. So imagine this water coming down the Sandy Gully Bridge. Imagine all of this. Look at this. Wow. The Flatbridge and the Bagwalk Gorge, and people is still out there, you know. See people there and with the little houses. People are still there. That is the Flatbridge and the Bagwalk Gorge. My. We're waiting. It is now 8:59, 7:59 in Jamaica, 8:59 right here in the United States. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of somebody here to tell me what is going on around by the Sandy Gully area there. Hopefully I can. Hopefully I can. We're still waiting. I think there's going to be a press conference sometime this morning by the Jamaican government. And we're going to see if we can get that to you. As soon as it starts, we will bring that to you live. This is Mek Wi Talk, where we're listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. So far, we're not seeing any too much flooding in the Halfway Tree area, or Crossroad, or downtown Kingston area. What we're seeing so far is that the Flatbridge is impossible. So no one should venture on the Flatbridge. This all the water end up in the sea. Indeed, Miss Williams. But if they don't clean the mouth of the Sandy Gully, it won't go into the sea at all. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. No, don't get me wrong, you know. I like when people criticize me, you know. Don't get me wrong, criticize me. I'm up for criticism and also for corrections.
Discover your new Kia right now at Coral Springs Kia. Come lease a 2025 Kia K4 for $189 per month for 24 months. Or check out the...
There it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the phone lines that people can call in. Okay, Patricia. Thank you. My deepest apology to you, my dear. I apologize to you sincerely. I apologize to you. I am sorry. Hello, good morning, Mek Wi Talk. You're live. Hello, good morning.
Then it disappeared this morning.
The Sandy Gully disappeared?
is it Jamaica News Link? Not how the press. The next one that's based in America. I saw it on his program this morning.
Are the Sandy Gully gone?
Yeah, well, I seen another video. The whole of Sandy Gully, that was pure rapid water from what, and it's one of the YouTube channels I saw it.
I'm gonna call somebody who's nearby there to tell me what is really going on.
Yeah, but I've seen it on the
well, I can't report that if I don't.
Water that I've seen going down there.
I cannot report that. Hello, sir. I can't report that if I don't see it. I'm sorry, I can't report
it. Yeah, I seen it by YouTube. On YouTube, see, that's how I was see all the news.
Hills of St. Anne over to the north coast. It's going to be a lot of dislocation. The dislocation is going to come in the form of lots of slippages, landslides, flooding, and you know.
Where in St. Elizabeth she is? Hello?
You talking to me?
Yes, sir. Where in St. Elizabeth is your wife?
Rocky Hill.
Rocky Hill. Okay.
It's called Rocky Hill.
Okay.
St. Elizabeth.
All right.
Yeah.
I hope you get through to her.
Sorry?
I hope you get through to her. I want to listen to what the mayor of St. Anne's is saying now, sir.
You know something? I seen Desmond Lincoln today on the news as well this morning, and he was talking crap.
Well, I didn't hear it, so I can't discuss it. I didn't hear it.
Yeah. It was on BBC News. It was on the BBC. All right, I'll leave you on the program, sir. Right. You do a good job.
Thank you very much. Okay, bye.
No problem. Yeah.
What I can't comment on something that I don't know about, you know. Listen to what the mayor of St. Anne's is saying.
You could have continuous flow of traffic. The idea is to have the National Works Agency, the fire department, and our own tractor men that we have and SARB people that we have on standby to go on once we get them, once we hear of the incident.
Having some audio challenges there again with the mayor.
Then we ensure that we have. Yes, I'm here.
Yes, Mayor. We lost about the last 3 or so sentences from you just now. You're speaking about fallen trees. That was the last very clear one that we heard. A fallen tree across the road in a particular area.
Yes, up in the Bensington area, and we had the fire department. We dispatched the fire department because the fire department is part of the emergency operating center that we have in St. Anne's Bay at the municipal corporation currently. We sleep over there to ensure that we have total control as over all the agencies, to include fire department, police, Red Cross, Ministry of Labour and Social Security, councillors, and we all stay there and dispatch wherever there is an emergency. So we're currently doing that, and people call in and we dispatch based on the situation. Yeah. Currently, what we have currently with the shelters, so that's another story because earlier on in the day we didn't have much take up, only 100 last night. The last count that we got before everybody went to bed was well over 400. This morning it's pretty much the same. People have been going to the shelters now because of, but we have over 85 shelters. So 400 is not a lot when it comes to the 85 shelters, and we have only about 24 that is operational because some people just rather wait until the 11th hour. The 11th hour residence is pretty much now. It seems as if the hurricane is going to come in the day, which is better than it coming at night. So at least you can see what is what, and it's less dangerous. But I anticipate it's going to be devastation, and they'll be using these adjectives because it seems to be on a certain track. It seems to be coming right for us here in St.
And again, Amoy, we saw that flickering here, and to our viewers,
Twice,
we actually don't think that was on the end of Mayor Michael Bell-Nevis. That seems to be on our end. Lights are flickering here.
When the light goes out, the internet is what takes a little bit longer to come back, and we have lost the mayor right there.
Yeah. All right. So that was Mayor of St. Anne's Bay, Michael Bell-Nevis, giving us a clear picture of how St. Anne is preparing over 400 persons in shelters in the 24 operational centers in operational shelters in that parish. We'll keep tabs on what
Good morning, everyone. I don't know what's going on. Our system is having some technical difficulties. Do not know exactly what is going on. It has kicked me out of the system. I'm using my phone. So I don't know if it's something to do with my computer, and I doubt this is a brand new computer, so I doubt it. But based on what we're seeing here, based on what I am seeing here, obviously there's something else wrong with the system. What is it? I don't know, but I'm going to work on it and see if I can come back on air. Hold on for me here. My students, my viewers and subscribers, we're having some serious technical difficulties here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to end the live. I'm sorry, I apologize to you. I apologize to you, but until I get the system working, I've been told that they've been hacking in some other people's system too. So until I get the system up and going, I'll let you know what's going on, all right? Thank you very much for watching, and I pray and hope that this system do not damage our country that much. But the whole entire system is out of work. Nothing. I'm going to shut everything down and reboot all over again, all right? I do apologize to you all. Thanks much. Bye.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek Wi Talk, my people, Mek Wi Talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Mek Wi Talk, people, Mek Wi Talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, Mek Wi Talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Mek Wi Talk.